which means that it's your day to be fearless. As you guys know, I started this kind of thing called Fearless Fridays, where every Friday and throughout the week I try and do something that really scares me. So this week I was actually in Turkey, so I didn't really get to do anything much, but I think the cool part about Fearless Fridays is, or mostly just like doing something fearless like throughout the week, it's just that it doesn't have to be something big. Like, I'm planning to go skydiving and I'm doing all this cool stuff, but it's more so just teaching yourself to do something every week, whether it's something as small as meditating to something as big as skydiving or taking a random drive somewhere, just to do something every week that scares you. So this week I paid off my credit card bills. So I was gonna do a video about basically money and finances, which I know I've talked about before on This Is Life Unfiltered, but I went on Twitter today and I saw like 4 different people who I follow all posting tweets about how they don't know what to do after college. Like, I'm 20, so most of my friends are in college and everybody's trying to decide what they want to do, and I didn't go to college. So I started A Life in the Fashion Lane back in 2011 and basically managed to figure out a way to make it my full-time career of basically brand collaborations and TV segments and inspirational content and motivational speaking and all that kind of stuff, which was very unexpected. But I knew from a really young age that I wanted to do something different with my life. I just didn't follow the traditional mold. I also didn't get into colleges that I wanted to go to, which is why I decided to figure out how to pursue this career path and not have to go to college. But the majority of people go to college and do something that's not what I'm doing with their life, which is just as cool as what I'm doing. But I know that it's so scary when you don't know what you want to do, and it's like everybody at this age, everybody between I think like 20 to 25 is just figuring it out. So I have times where people ask me like, oh my god, how'd you know at such a young age what you wanted to do and da-da-da. And some days I have days where like I have no clue what I'm doing. I have many days out of the month where I wake up and I'm like, what am I doing? Should I be going to college? What am I learning from what I'm doing? And I've just realized that pursuing this path has opened me up to so many different opportunities and meet so many different people, but it's also opened me up to a lot more self-doubt. So though I knew what I wanted to do from a really young age, which is basically just do the opposite of what the traditional path is, I still have days where I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that in this world that we live in, there's such a stigma behind not necessarily knowing what to do. Like, you're expected to go to college and leave college with a degree and get an awesome job, but like most people don't, and that's okay. So some advice that I have, and just from what I've learned from talking to so many teens and going to so many conferences and stuff, my #1 piece of advice would be like, take a gap year. If you need to take some time off of school, if you need to pursue something that you are really interested in and didn't realize you were interested in, you want to learn how to play guitar, or you want to learn how to sell cars, like, I think that's the first step, is basically giving yourself some time, whether it's over the summer or whether it's just like during your day-to-day week, to get away from school and not be so focused on necessarily like graduating, more so just getting life experience. Because the first thing that I ever learned in my life was like traveling taught me so much about everything that I needed to know. And traveling at such a young age, when I started getting sponsored by British Airways and they would fly me to London for free when I was like 15 or 16, that just taught me so much. So that's my biggest piece of advice, would be to push yourself out of your comfort zone and do something that you want to do, that you like, you don't think that you'll necessarily make a living out of, but think that you could basically pursue like on the side. So that's my first piece of advice. But if you are also somebody who doesn't necessarily have something that you like I have a decent amount of friends who are really good at makeup, or really good at hair, or really like clothing, or really like writing, but none of them see it as full-time careers. None of them see it as basically potential. And then I also have like friends and people that I know who really have no clue what they want to do, and they're in college for business or art or something, and they're like, what the hell am I going to do when I leave school? So for you guys, just know that it's okay. You're not gonna die, like nothing's gonna happen. You don't know right now. Some days, like I don't know every day what I'm doing or what's gonna work out. But you're on this journey in life to basically find yourself and learn about yourself and what you're good at. So that just comes from experiences. So though you probably have no clue what you want to do right now, all you need is a little bit of time. Give yourself some time, give yourself some space. Don't beat yourself up because you don't know what you want to do, and simply just go out and live. Like, go take a writing class, go take a instrumental class, go join a triathlon or something. Anything like that that's like little and can happen during the week or on the side. Things that you know are not going to be your career, but you don't know who you're going to meet that might be able to have an opportunity for you, or an internship, or something that you're not going to get in college and you're not going to get in school. Because in high school, I found that there was nothing for me. I was really into fashion. I tried to start my own fashion group. Like, they were so against it. They don't give you any of these tools in college or in middle school or high school. So you have to go out on your own and pursue it. And you can kind of give yourself two options. You can either stay confused and really scared and like alone for the rest of your life, basically, because you're scared to get out of your comfort zone and do something different. Or you can do what I did and just take the leap and say, like, screw it, who cares? Everything might go wrong, but you're gonna learn so much about yourself during that process of just like going out and doing something that makes you scared. So that's what I would say for basically everybody, but definitely for the people who don't know what they want to do. Like, just because you're in college doesn't mean that you have to like continue to study that major. Doesn't mean you have to pursue that as a life goal, but it really just comes to like getting out and like meeting people and learning things, and that's how you're gonna learn. Because if you're not taking an internship or you're not taking some type of like class on the side of school, how are you gonna know if you even like this career? And if you're majoring in something like business, I mean, you could go into so many different venues, whether it's like sales, whether it's like starting a business, whether it's running somebody else's business. And that's also really scary, but how are you gonna know unless you go out and try it? So email people, find people's emails on LinkedIn, get in with a local company in your town if you like business. Like, see if you can help somebody. Every town has some type of small startup or something. There's gotta be somebody in your town who you could email, who you could go in a few days a week. This is whether you're 17, 15, or 25 or 26. You could go in a few days a week, probably unpaid, which is okay, and shadow somebody who works in that company. So then you can learn, and you might work at a small like jewelry company in your hometown and realize like, oh my God, I hate selling jewelry and I hate jewelry, but I love sales, but I don't like jewelry sales. And then you'll already know from there, you're starting to kind of like learn more about yourself just from like immersing yourself in the culture of whatever you think you might be interested in. And if you're not in college and you're also really confused, same advice. I would say just choose something, take the leap. Everybody's good at something, whether it's like scrubbing toilets or whether it's doing somebody's makeup. Everybody's good at something. Even if you're good at like cooking or writing or singing or talking, you can find something in that area just to learn from. And if you haven't really like had the chance to basically like immerse yourself in that, or you want to be a makeup blogger, or you want to be a hair person, or you want to be a fashion blogger, like go to Goodwill, go to Salvation Army, take out a credit card, who cares? Buy a bunch of clothing or buy a bunch of makeup and put some makeup videos online, or put some blog posts out there, or start an Instagram page, because you never know what's gonna come of that. And again, all you're doing is giving yourself a platform that you didn't have beforehand that you might realize you hate, but it's all just getting one step closer to basically figuring out exactly what you want to do with your life. So that's my best advice. Don't compare yourself to other people. I feel so uncomfortable when people compare themselves to me, because like, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was 12, but I started this when I was 12, and I have days where I wake up and I'm so confused and have no clue what I'm doing with my life, and I just want to scream. And that happens to everybody, whether they're running a company or whether they're working for another company or in college. So just give yourself some slack. Like, don't beat yourself up over this. These are like the crucial times in your life where you want to have fun and learn about yourself, but also get a lot of good experience. So just take the leap and do something that scares you, because I promise it will be worth it in the end. So listen to episode 23 of This Is Life Unfiltered, which is my podcast that came out earlier this week with a therapist, actually. We're talking about social media addiction. So I love this episode, and hopefully you're gonna do something today that scares you or puts you out of your comfort zone. I know I did when I paid off my credit card bills, and I'm really excited, slightly nervous about the skydiving situation that's gonna be coming up, but starting to get really excited because that's something I've wanted to do for so long and I've always been too scared to do. But being fearless, that's what you have to do.